Welcome to episode 6 of That Good Podcast with your hosts, Zarek and...
Also Zarek.
I don't know why you insist on doing this.
I think it's funny sometimes.
It's really not. So we
to each their own.
We don't have any guests this time.
Actually, we do, and then it just cuts to no one.
But we don't have a camera on that angle.
Never mind. I cut that out.
Okay. Now a shout out to new editor. I don't know if you guys watched the last episode. Hopefully you liked it, but we got a new editor. I don't know how. I guess you can cut this out if you don't want us to say your name, Ethan. But shout out to Ethan. He can plug his own stuff on the screen.
Shout out Ethan. Sorry,
Okay.
that was a bit...
He can plug his own stuff on the screen if you guys want to see like his socials and stuff. But we got an editor, so that's good. So if anything about the editing you want to say, let him know.
Please do. Yeah. Tell us anything you want to know about
Anything.
Just stick something on the screen, right? Actually, put it on Zarek right now and place it right over his face. Thank you.
You're just making more work for
Yeah,
us.
I know.
We don't even pay him.
They weren't supposed to know that.
Now it sounds like we're terrible people.
Yeah.
He does it willingly.
He's being volunteered. Don't worry.
Being volunteered? That sounds like a soldier going off. I'm volunteering you to Afghanistan. Can I say that?
I don't know.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing that I just told you that I wanted to say. Sleeper builds.
Oh, you just told me you wanted to say that.
Okay. Do you want to explain to them what the sleeper build trend is? It's not really a trend anymore. It's kind of died off, but...
Yeah, it's where people don't look ripped, but they're actually ripped. Like super big muscles.
Yeah, so like there's TikToks, and then the guys are in front of the camera, and then they're like sleeper build, and then it's like they're so skinny, and then they start like they show their muscles, and it's like wow, sleeper build, because like the term sleeper, the etymology. Jamie, look up the term sleeper.
Sleeper, it's gonna be like a person who sleeps.
Yeah, but like there's gonna be like other definitions.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, should I just search up? Well, like should I just search up sleeper build? Because there's also like sleeper PCs. I don't know if you're familiar.
I am not.
But like sleeper PCs are like these gaming PCs that they intentionally use like retro like cases for the like old desktop
to
cases.
make it look like a bad computer?
Yeah, to make it look like a bad computer, and then inside it's like the brand new like top of the line hardware.
Why would anyone do that?
Just for like the aesthetic. I don't know.
So
Wiki how?
If someone looks at your computer, they think it's garbage.
Yeah.
And
I guess it prevents stealing.
That's a good point, actually.
Okay. What is a sleeper build? WikiHow. If you've got a buff toned body, but it's not obvious, it's a sleeper build. In the sleeper build videos, the person plays it off at the beginning like they're weak or skinny, and then they show off their muscles out of nowhere. Where does it come from? Sleeper is old school slang for something surprisingly good. For example, like, have you seen White Guys Can't Jump or something like that?
I haven't watched that, no.
No? It's a basketball movie. You like basketball.
Okay.
You have to see every basketball. Have you seen Space Jam?
Of course I've seen.
Have you seen Space Jam: A New Legacy?
With LeBron James?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite actor.
Yep.
You saw that too?
He's so good at acting.
I don't think I saw it. I didn't bother. I saw the original with.
It's
Michael
not
Jordan.
that great.
Yeah, it didn't seem worth it.
I mean, not to be that guy, but the Michael Jordan one is like just an okay movie.
I've seen
It's
White.
cool,
Is it White Boys? I think it's White Boys. White Men? White Boys. White Boys Can't Jump. I've seen the original and the new version.
Oh. Did they re-release it or something?
No, they made it's like a reboot.
Oh, okay.
Like the original, it was with Woody Harrelson. You know Woody Harrelson?
No idea. I don't know many actors. So.
He's in. Have you seen Hunger Games?
Yeah.
He's Haymitch, the trainer guy. That's
Oh,
drunk.
okay.
That guy.
Okay, yeah.
Or have you seen Now You See Me?
Yeah.
He's the hypnotist in that.
I don't quite.
He's the guy that looks like
everyone in
Haymitch.
the Now You See Me cast.
Well, just in case you're wondering, it's Isla Fisher, and she's the escape artist, and then there's Jesse Eisenberg, and he's like the main magician, and then there's Dave Franco, and then he's the sleight of hand guy. Mark Ruffalo is the FBI agent.
Yeah.
And then
I was
waiting for you so that I could cut you off. And then Woody Harrelson is the hypnotist. But in the original, it's Woody Harrelson, and then the new version, do you know who Jack Harlow is?
No.
Oh, you want to?
I do not Jack Harlow.
He's a rapper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. and he plays basketball. He was in the All-Star game, the Celebrity All-Star game.
Yeah.
He did pretty good.
It's good to know.
Did you see the?
I didn't watch the Celebrity All-Star game.
Well, it's pretty entertaining. Anyways,
Yeah.
so that's what a sleeper build is. Not all the stuff that we were saying that's unrelated, but
Yeah.
They
It's
don't-
Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow is a sleeper build.
I feel like he kind of is a sleeper build. He would fit the bill because here's why I think it's dumb. The sleeper build, the whole idea is like they don't look muscular, and then people are like shocked they're muscular, but they're just doing a couple things to like do it. Like every single time you can. I think everybody has a sleeper build actually. Everybody, because in the videos, it's not whether or not they're muscular; it's whether or not they look a lot more muscular than they did before. Because like there are sleeper build videos that are like really skinny guys who like they are not that muscular.
Mm-hmm. Just wear an oversized shirt.
Yeah.
And you look like
So
muscular.
we'll let you should have worn a different shirt for this.
Why? Because I look too ripped.
I wouldn't say that. I would just say that your arms are exposed.
Well, I mean, there's not any shirt that would not do that.
Okay. Are you sure? I mean, the sleeves are they're just short.
Well, no, my arms are just too big. The sleeves wouldn't.
But, like, my sleeves just go down to my. It's the
That's
sleeve
'cause
leg.
your arms aren't big enough.
It's the sleeve leg.
He just doesn't get it.
My arms are my arms not bigger than yours? I feel like we measured this before.
We have at Kona.
And did I win?
Maybe.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I did, right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Okay, anyway, so what they do is, first of all, I think it works better if you're lean. Because that's why I'd say like fat people aren't really sleeper builds. Even though they can do the videos too and it'll like pull off the same effect. It just won't be as much because I think the components are size but also like definition. And and then lean people look more defined, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think it works well when they're lean because like the whole thing with the shirt is like right now you have no metric of how lean I am because there's the shirt there.
Yeah, I can't see your arm.
What? Are you sure? It's right there.
Oh, okay. No, I see it now.
It's underneath the sleeve.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
Just disappeared on me.
No concept of object. What's that?
Permanence.
But what they do in the video is they have a long shirt that covers their arms and their definition and the size.
Is that why you wore that?
Not like intentionally,
Oh.
but I guess it works out. And then what they do is they don't flex, and then suddenly they roll up their sleeve and then flex, and then people are like, "Wow, would not expect that guy to be that ripped."
Yeah.
And when they roll their sleeve, you can see the definition, and then they're obviously flexing, so it's bigger. So those are the two things that contribute it. And then like if it was just those two things, I feel like the videos would actually be somewhat interesting. Because then there would be like some merit. Then like some people, if it was just like those two factors, then like some people, when they flex, they do get a lot bigger arms than like other people compared to like before flexing.
I guess, yeah.
I think the thing that is like what makes it like have no merit is the camera angle thing, where when they flex,
They move
their arm closer to the camera. It's just I see them and I think it's stupid.
Yeah, because the microphone looks a lot smaller over here.
Wow, that's a tiny microphone.
It's actually a
Whoa!
sleeper build microphone. Look at that.
Okay, I think we should demonstrate now. Okay.
I did with the microphone.
I meant with like our arms.
Oh, okay.
So like they'd be like, oh wow, sleeper build, right?
Are you sure you're still in the camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also like arms, they always have them like this way too, where like the inside of their arm is facing the camera, and then they turn it so that it's the side of their arm. Because would you believe that your arm from here to here is bigger than from here to here?
I don't know. We might need to get the measuring tape.
And then they have like their arm back, so this is far away from the camera, and they're not flexing, and it's covered.
Look how small his arm is. Oh my goodness.
Oh
There's
my God.
no way this
So
guy is
embarrassed.
strong.
Oh yeah? Watch this. And then they take their sleeve off, and then they move closer to the camera, and then they flex, and then what? It's bigger.
How does that happen?
I wonder what if we're embarrassing
You're just gonna
ourselves?
keep flexing.
What if we embarrass ourselves and then we don't have sleeper builds and it just
No,
turns
it's
out
just-
bad?
Sleeper builds are actually real and it's
We're
just,
just
like,
wrong.
Yeah.
They're like, your arm is still small. Would you like to show?
Okay, so my arm is currently covered by my sleeve, so you can't see anything. Arm out, right? And then,
Yeah.
And then you go like this, and then it's not covered by my sleeve.
Yeah, I think you gotta get closer to the camera. You gotta like,
How's that?
you're like really up. Like get it away from. Yeah, get it away from your. Oh yeah, there we. Oh my God, that's massive.
You can't see anything on this camera. Okay. Yeah, I'm just that massive.
And therefore, sleeper build.
For real.
What else should we talk about? Next topic. Topic switch. Segway.
I was gonna make a segue joke, but I couldn't come up with one.
Oh, that would have been funny if you had one.
Yeah.
If you had one in the
I'll
tank.
try to think of one for next time.
But quite funny. What's up with the world nowadays? Am I right?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Taylor Swift went on tour.
Oh yeah, she was in Detroit, which is an area that may or may not be near us. Can't give them our location.
Do you know what you can have in Detroit?
What can you have in Detroit?
I don't know. I want to know.
Okay. Thanks for bringing that up.
Do you know what you can't have in Detroit?
What can't you have?
Couldn't tell you. What do you think of Taylor Swift? We talked about her before.
Definitely makes music.
I would say so.
I think,
She's one of the musicians of all time.
for real, yeah. I think her music's okay.
You think it's
Not to be
okay?
fun.
What?
Like,
I think they're bangers.
they're good, but I'd say all her songs are just really good. And then there's none that are like stand out special.
Oh, I think that's the thing with like Drake. Like I was talking to one of our friends about, and he was like, I don't get how Drake is like super popular. Like none of his songs are like crazy good. Well, I would say like some of his songs are like really good.
Yeah.
But like I think the whole thing is like none of his songs are like everybody can enjoy his songs. I wouldn't say like any of his songs are like extremely crazy. I wonder how loud that is on the camera. We'll let it pass.
Yeah.
Noises coming from the outdoors.
A UFO.
That's why I don't go outside. But like, you know what I mean? Like, what's a good example of an artist?
An artist with like one really good hit or something.
Or like, people either love them or like hate them. It's not like everyone's like can agree it's like pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a
Love
controversy.
them or hate them.
Do you want?
I don't know.
You like Johnny Cash?
I do like Johnny Cash.
No.
I guess people would hate country sometimes.
Oh, I think
It's like one of those things. She just sings pop songs and they're really catchy. Good beats, good rhythm.
Well, you know NF. I think NF would fit the bill for what we're talking about.
Yeah.
For like a lot of people like really don't like his music, and a lot of people like really like his music. I think it's like an acquired taste kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like Drake, I think is like very like anybody can like Drake, and
Yeah,
that's why
at least some of his songs.
that's why he's so popular. Like I feel like nobody would complain if Drake came on unless like I guess he's overplayed, but like I feel like that'd be the main complaint.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why he's so popular. And yeah,
Like
I guess
no one complains when Taylor Swift comes on. Her songs are good.
Yeah,
And then,
I think they're bangers.
well, I agree, they're good songs, but I don't know if they're not like standout, super great songs.
Okay.
That's what I'd say.
Okay, it's your funeral.
Okay. Comments are gonna be so mad.
It's actually my funeral because now I'm gonna share my thoughts on Taylor Swift, and the comments will tear me up.
Why? What are your
'Cause,
thoughts
like,
on Taylor Swift?
I don't like her as a person. Like, I would say.
I've never talked
To be
so I
honest.
wouldn't know.
No, just like based on like, well, I guess that's a good point that we shouldn't like judge. I think that's a thing like people judging celebrities too harshly or like putting them on a pedestal, like not acknowledging that they're just people.
Yeah.
But like, let me let me bash Taylor Swift right now.
Go for it.
Because she's not a real
Nothing
human being.
could go
She's
wrong.
just a celebrity.
Yeah.
Celebrities aren't real human beings.
They're obviously just fake.
They're either gods or they're garbage. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. But let me bash Taylor Swift. I think her music's great. I think my opinion is slightly different from yours on her music. I think more highly of her music than you do, probably.
Most likely.
Yeah. I think her music's great. I think a lot of the lyrics are corny, but it's like I don't know. I think people like try to be too deep, you know? Like people are like, I can't listen to Taylor Swift, that's so corny and like for teenage girls. But I think it's like, you know, it's alright.
Yeah.
I don't really care that much. I think they're bangers though. But I think she's like kind of annoying. Like just.
Do you have an example of something she's done?
I don't know, like, I saw this, like, speech that she was giving, and, like, obviously all the Swifties were praising her, but, like, the speech was, like, she was like, oh, you guys don't like this genre of music? Okay, I'll switch the music. And then she was like, you guys think that I'm partying too much? Okay, I'll stop partying so much. You guys think that I date too many men? Okay, I'll stop dating men and focus on myself. You guys think that I'm not seeing enough men? Okay, like, and then she was like saying how like people like keep critiquing her no matter what. I think it's true that people will critique her no matter what, but I think it's like, she's a celebrity. I feel like it should be expected almost.
Critiques? I feel like everyone's gonna get critiqued.
Yeah.
For anything, especially if they're a celebrity.
Yeah, and then she's like saying how like she can't win, but like you can't win either. Like it applies to everyone.
I always win.
It's not exclusive to her. Like you're going based on what other people think of you. You're never gonna win at.
It's impossible to make everyone like you.
I don't know why she was like shocked at I don't know, like she was like thought she was making a point when she was like, these people aren't happy with how I live my life, and then I changed my life, and then other people still aren't happy with how. Like that's everyone.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get bashed by Taylor Swifties, but I'm saying it's like the victim mentality is kind of dumb. Like, I don't want to downplay on like people's like I acknowledge that she's not in the wrong for like not wanting people to be critiquing her like personal life.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's good that people are writing articles. Like I think they're definitely the bad people when they're like writing articles like Taylor Swift is dating too many men or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Like she's not in the wrong there, but like the way she like says it, it's like she's like a victim and like it's a unique to her experience when that's just how like society functions.
Yeah. Like you always have people writing about how you're dating too many men.
That's true. And I'm like, fine, I'll stop dating men. And they're like, you're not dating enough men. And then I have to start dating men again. It gets very confusing for all the men I date. When I start dating them and stop dating them and start dating.
Just doesn't make sense.
But like, also like, now if we're in the interest of making enemies, women.
Just goes straight for 50% of the population. I think 50% of the population is also Swifties too. So.
Yeah. No, but I think Taylor Swift makes it also like a women thing. Like, the reason that people are like saying, I hate when like people in the comments are like, imagine if the genders were swapped. Both ways, either way, like male, female, female, male.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, they'll be like, someone will make like jokes about a woman, and then they'll be like, imagine if they made the same jokes about a man. Everyone, but I don't think it's the case ever. Like, maybe very, very rarely. It's like an actual like, if you swap to the other gender, then people would react differently in the situation. So, for example, with what I was saying about the people in the comments are like, if you swap the genders, it wouldn't be the same. So, for example, there's this Jennifer Lawrence movie that's coming out.
Yeah.
And the plot of it is these two rich parents pay an adult woman to date their son.
I have not seen it.
Okay. Well, everyone's like, this is bad. This shows like it's like
Yeah.
predatory because adult women shouldn't date teenage guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you were confused
Yeah,
where people were upset about.
Exactly.
And like everyone's upset about it. But the people who are upset, a lot of the people who are upset about it are like, if the genders were swapped, people would be upset about this. But would you believe that people already are upset about this, even though the genders aren't swapped?
Yeah. I think, though, it's still a lot more people would be upset if the genders were swapped, possibly.
Yeah.
It might be a bigger reaction and probably wouldn't get made in the first place.
I think it would still get made. I think, like, The Office, for example, like, a lot of people, like, say, like, I feel like Steve Carell in interviews have been like, The Office wouldn't get made in today's, like, today, now.
Yeah.
Or, like, people, like, do clips of, like, oh, back when TV was good and you could say anything you wanted to. I think those, it would still get made, like, most things.
Yeah, probably.
Like, people think that it's going to be, like, canceled because they say jokes that are offensive, but, like, I don't know, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I mean,
but
people are still watching those episodes today and they're still airing.
yeah, I think there are still movies being produced that say, like, cancelable things or not politically correct things, and they still, like, exist.
Yeah.
I think, but, like, just in general, like, people, like, I think a lot of the times on the internet, they take, like, individual situations and make it into a gender thing.
Yeah. People love to hate on, like,
The other
gender for, like, one clip of, like, a woman or man saying something.
Yeah. I do think also, like, it's pretty exclusive to the internet. Like, I think a lot of the, like, issues that people think happen or whatever are pretty exclusive to the internet. In, like, real life, people don't actually get upset about these things that often. Like, let's say pronouns, for example. Like, if you went on the internet and just put in the keyword pronouns, and I looked at all the debates about pronouns, it would seem like everybody is constantly worried about pronouns.
Yeah.
Like, everybody is either, like, for or against it, and, like, everyone has a super strong opinion. But, like, what's the last time in your day-to-day life that it, it caused a problem either way?
Yeah, it hasn't.
Like, has, like, anyone ever, like, got pissed off at you because you used the wrong pronouns for them? Like,
No.
in real life?
No. It just doesn't
Right?
happen.
And then, like, has anybody got pissed off at... Have you seen anyone get pissed off at someone because they told them preferred pronouns?
No.
Yeah, like, people don't, like, but, like, if it was on the internet and people were like, my pronouns are this, then there would be a bunch of comments being like, that's stupid. Or, like, if they were on the internet, it was like, I don't want to hear your pronouns are stupid, then everyone in the comment would be like, bigot, you know? But, like, in real life, it doesn't come up.
Yeah.
If, like, most people, if, like, they accidentally say a pronoun that somebody isn't comfortable with, the person will not, like, berate them. Yeah, they're not gonna, like, they're just gonna, like, they might say something, but they're not gonna, like, blow it out of proportion.
I feel like you do see videos of that happening, but it's not common.
The reason you see the videos, though, is because it's, like, something that's an extreme scenario, and that's why they're big videos.
Yeah, and that's why they get pushed to everyone.
Yeah.
And everyone sees...
And then people's like, this is just how the world works, but it's not.
Yeah, that happens, like, 1 in a million.
Yeah.
And then, even if 1 in a million situations, like a
Like,
few of them get filmed...
It definitely happens, definitely. I'm not saying it never happened, but, like, just, like, the internet. It's like, what's that word? It's like a mitochasm? Like, you know Lord of the Flies? It's like
Yeah.
That's like a mitochasm or something like that for society. It's like, it means
Echo
like...
chamber?
What's that?
It's where, like...
Where, like, this is like, an example of something that happens in society, but, like, it's like a focused version of it.
No,
Echo chamber?
That's like where you just hear the same thing over and over, and then
Oh.
you start to.
Oh. No, I can see where you got that, but that's not where I was going with it.
Yeah.
Also, like the woman-man thing, like, for example, if there's a clip of, like...
I got a good example for this one.
Okay, do you?
Yeah, I just came up with it, actually.
Okay.
Like a woman reporter saying something wrong in an NBA, like, situation.
Like if someone didn't get a triple-double, but, like, the woman reporter's like, how do you feel about today's triple-double?
Yeah, exactly.
Then-
the comments?
Women, and then with the little emoji, the little coffee emoji. Yeah. And then, or if, or like, if, like, a man...
WNBA reporter.
That one don't work.
Oh.
If, like, a man was, like, I think it actually, we can use the exact same thing, like, okay, wait.
He's thinking.
I don't know,
Like if a guy were to say something wrong about a WNBA player, like get their name wrong
yeah,
or something.
that works, actually. I think that's a whole different thing, actually.
What?
That, I think
Like
that's...
well, on the same page, if a woman reporter were to get the name of an NBA player wrong,
I guess.
everyone would be like woman. But if a man reporter, it'd be like, oh, he just doesn't care about the WNBA, and it's just like.
Yeah, I think the charge is different, but the upsetness is the same.
Yeah.
And then the reason is always the gender.
Yeah.
Like in in one scenario, it was the charge. I guess you get what I'm saying with the word, using the word charge.
Yeah. Like the offense.
Yeah, the offense is that the woman is not smart enough to know who this basketball player is. The reason that she doesn't know is because she's a woman, and then they're upset.
Take this out of context.
And then in the other example, the man is too the offense that he made is that he's too insensitive to know what the woman basketball player's name is.
Yeah.
And the reason that he's so insensitive and doesn't know her name is because he's a man, and the result is that people are upset about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Either way, they're upset, and it's because of gender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's probably just a mistake, and it happens like probably fairly often. I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, like, I guess like reporters are supposed to be like educated on what they're talking about, but like,
yeah,
they're gonna make mistakes.
Exactly.
Okay, we were talking about. We also wanted to talk about steroid
Chris
use
Evans.
in celebrities.
Oh.
Not just Chris Evans specifically.
Yeah, only Chris Evans.
None of the other celebrities.
Yeah, he uses steroids.
That's it. And then we're just done.
Yeah, that's the conversation.
I think the average person
Is a steroid user?
does not know about steroids. Like they have a misinformed idea of it.
Misconception?
Yeah.
Oh.
Misinformed idea of like what steroids are, how they work, how to tell if someone's on steroids or not.
Yeah.
I really like when like mainstream like people like cover topics that aren't so mainstream, but like, cause okay, I'm gonna drop some names, and some people are gonna know these names, and some people aren't gonna know these names. So Derek from More Plates, More Dates. Are you familiar?
No.
Only people that would be familiar with this are people that are in the fitness community, on like on fitness social media a lot. He covers in his videos whether or not he thinks someone is on steroids and like the reasonings behind it. And that's great, and I think it's good. It's very educational. But the problem is, all the people that are watching Derek are fitness people who already know the information that he's saying.
Yeah.
So which is why I like when like mainstream people like PewDiePie. I don't know if you were like aware of this, but a few years ago, PewDiePie like posted a picture of him shirtless, and everyone was like, "Wow, PewDiePie's got muscles now."
Yeah. Okay.
And he like talked about fitness stuff for a little bit and how he like started getting into working out. But the one thing that I really like that he said is he was like, everyone that you see is on steroids.
Is he on steroids?
No.
Okay.
But like he's like, if you're like, I don't know, they're on steroids. Like, and I think that's good because like people who aren't
familiar with
Yeah.
fitness would be watching that.
See that. Unlike Derek, who like covers it, and like only people. But now we're basically PewDiePie.
Yeah.
'Cause
you guys are getting informed.
You guys are getting informed.
Chris Evans, steroids. The Rock, steroids. Schwarzenegger, steroids.
What? Arnold too?
Yeah. Better believe it.
You're lying.
You got me. I'm lying.
I think
He's
it's
not on steroids.
I think it's crazy though that some people actually think that Arnold was natural.
Yeah.
Like, that is insane.
He's admitted to being on steroids too.
Also, he is the peak physique of like all time.
Yeah.
Basically, he is like he's like the blueprint for like modern bodybuilding competitions. Like I don't know how familiar you are, but there's different categories of bodybuilding. It's like open, which is like anyone. There's men's physique. There's classic physique. Anyways, classic physique is like basically everyone's trying to look like Arnold, and
Yeah.
like that's how like amazing his physique is. Arnold like has like there's not a single other bodybuilder that has the influence over bodybuilding that Arnold has, and people think he's natural. There are people that think he was natural.
Yeah.
And there are people who think The Rock is natural, which is insane.
Yeah.
But we're not helping it by just calling these people dumb. Let's explain why it's insane.
Or we could just keep calling them.
Yeah, idiots. Nikki, you stupid. You thought The Rock was natural, Nikki? You're an idiot.
Unbelievable. And
Say something bad about Nikki.
me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there anything? Nikki, I can't believe you didn't know Arnold Schwarzenegger was on steroids.
But you know the reason that Nikki doesn't know about this is because she's a woman. That's what.
Insert the little coffee cup emoji.
Yeah, women coffee cup. Ethan, you got that?
Yeah. Good job, Ethan.
We're getting. That's way too much.
Yeah. You don't have to do it.
But people will get the idea if you don't do it.
He'll see this afterwards, and then
Yeah.
he'll have already done it by then.
Yeah. He'll be like editing and like spending. He'll do like a CGI animation of it, and like he presses play on the video, and then sees us just saying that he doesn't have to do it. Okay, why let's say The Rock, because The Rock is the most like Chris Evans. There's no way to say 100%, I guess technically, that they're not natural. There's no way to say 100% that the Rock is on steroids.
But you
I
can
guess.
say 99%.
But like he almost definitely is. And the reason why it's very obvious is because first of all, he is in insane shape. And now let me talk about why it's like dumb when I think people go opposite and go like they're definitely on steroids a lot of the time too. And when they might not be. I don't think people understand that steroids has, I wouldn't say nothing to do with just like their physique, but it has almost nothing to do with like just their physique at face value. If you get into like Arnold territory where it's like that is just not an attainable physique naturally, then you can just look at a physique and say steroids.
Yeah.
But if you're talking Chris Evans territory even, you can't just look at the physique and say that's not natural. Because there are people who are natural that have physiques like Chris Evans.
Yeah, like me.
Okay. But the reason why Chris Evans, and there are people who have physiques like The Rock natural. I wouldn't say when he's like at his absolute peak, like he's been in some movies, but like him walking around, what he looks like when he's just not prepping for a movie. There are people with physiques like that.
Yeah.
But the reason why The Rock is definitely not natural is because you have to look at a couple things. First of all, how long does it take them to get the physique? So you and I might have the same exact physique, but you could be on steroids and I could be not on steroids. And how people would know that you're on steroids and I'm not on steroids is because the physique that you have, that's the same as mine, took you 6 months to get, and it took me 3 years to get.
Yeah.
So training time is one thing. Which is why with a lot of these like Hollywood movies, it's very obvious because you can see what they look like before they started training for the movie, and then 6 months later how much progress they make, which is just like not possible. They could get into that shape, but it would take them a couple of years.
Yeah.
in The Rock's case, they're a bit, he walks around pretty ripped all the time, but like, what is the dead giveaway is his age, which I don't think people understand. Like how much.
How old is he? Do you want Jamie? Do you want to look that up real quick?
Jamie's looking it up. Jamie's looking it up. I just typed in Jamie by accident. "51 years old. He is 51 years old, and people think he's natural looking the way he is. So, I think people don't even know what steroids actually do. I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what steroids actually do?
It
depends on the type.
Your testosterone.
Yeah, that's like a very common way.
Test.
Yeah. So one of the popular ways is they increase testosterone levels.
Yeah.
And testosterone is what builds muscle. And the reason why you know that an older man like The Rock, who's 51, is on something that is increasing his testosterone is because no man that is 51 years old produces enough testosterone to have that much muscle mass. Because as you get older, you have less testosterone.
Yeah.
That's why older people are generally less
Not as
muscular than 20-year-olds. I don't know if you knew this, but the average 22-year-old is significantly better shape than the average 62-year-old.
Debatable.
Okay. So that's why it's obvious for The Rock. I don't know how familiar. What's his name? The Indian guy from Eternals. He was.
I haven't watched Eternals.
He's a comedian. It's like Kumail. Kumail Nanjiani. Johnny? Oh, he's not
Sounds
Indian.
like you pronounced it right.
He's not Indian. Oh man, he's Pakistani. I don't know if you're aware of this, but like Indians and Pakistanis don't like being like confused with each other.
Oh well,
big thing.
Nikki's gonna get pretty mad at that.
Nikki hates when we confuse Indians and Pakistanis.
Yeah.
But he got in like really good shape because he's a Marvel superhero.
Yeah.
But he is almost definitely not natural, I would say. And the reason is because it was such a short amount of time.
For him to get in such great shape.
Yeah. Like the physique that he has, you could totally do it naturally. But again, it's the short time. Also, like just logically, why wouldn't they take steroids? There's not a good reason for these celebrities that are being paid millions of dollars for the sake of looking in like superheroes.
Yeah.
And having all access to these trainers. Okay. Trainers to not take. There's no reason. Why would they not do it?
Yeah.
Like there's negative side effects on your health, but like. Okay.
Sacrifice your health for money.
I think
it's worth it.
If you ask the average person, would you like to die at 80 instead of 85, but you get $2 million? They would say yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Would you say yes?
Probably. I think that's a win-win. I don't think a long life is that desirable.
I don't know. I don't think I would.
I think it's more like while you're alive, like the strain that steroids do on your body is the more drawback, not just like earlier death.
Yeah.
But I think like millions of dollars, like why would you not? When the side effects can be pretty minimal, like of steroids.
I wouldn't know the side effects really.
They're like just like overall damage to a lot of things, but like it's
pretty minimal.
But it's also like
a lot of damage to a lot of things.
It's also like relative to like how much you use and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like if you keep using them, because like you can get on them, get big for a movie, and then get off of them too.
Yeah.
But like the reason that they don't, what you call it, like say that they're on steroids, I don't know. I think it's because just people don't understand steroids. I think it's because it seems like insincere and people are like, okay. So this is what I want to say with the whole like potential. People are like more keen on like, I think we should do the flip flop of instead of going, The Rock only looks like that because of genetics and steroids. We should be flip flopping and being like, this guy has such good genetics, or this guy can look way better than this guy could be so much more than he is right now.
You should start making fun of people who aren't as big as they could.
Yes, not making fun of people who are big because they're not because they are also in better scenarios than us.
Yeah.
No,
like
that was not what my point was more like we should be more focused on
how much work he did, kind of.
More like we should be more critical on people who aren't being the best they can be rather than being critical of people who are getting better than the best they can be because they're using some cheat codes.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I think something that bothers me a lot, I guess it doesn't bother me a lot, that makes me sound like, I'll just, when like, do you ever see people, let's say it's a basketball thing.
People, yeah.
Let's say a basketball thing. Do you ever see like people who are like 6'6" and you're like, I wish I
was 6'6", so I could play basketball really well.
Yeah, and then these people are like...
If I was 6'6", I'd be in the NBA.
Okay.
Maybe if not for the injury.
What injury? You didn't have an injury. What, in like grade school when you like sprained yourself or whatever?
Sprained my ankle.
Yeah, when you sprained your ankle in grade school? That's what threw off.
If not for that, I would have been in the NBA right now.
Your high school career was just derouted completely.
Yeah. I can never recover fully.
I wish people more like chased after their potential. There's this thing by David Goggins. I saw this clip, and the comment section by the internet. This is stupid again. But the clip was like David Goggins saying like, "What's my biggest fear?" I don't know if you know David Goggins.
Yeah.
If you don't know David Goggins, he's like this big motivational speaker. He was like in the army.
The boats.
He's like this insane guy with an insane work ethic. His thing was like, what's my biggest fear? My biggest fear is that I'll be at heaven's gates and I'll die fat and lonely and not do anything, and then God will be reading off a description that will be like David Goggins, revered military guy, motivational speaker, insane physique, hardworking, world record for most pull-ups done. He did get like a world record. It was broken, but
yeah.
And then it was like, and then David Goggins would be like, "That's not me. You got the wrong guy." Because in the fantasy that he has, his greatest fear,
yeah,
he's like fat and like hasn't gotten anything done. And then God would reply, "No, it's what you could have been." And like,
yeah.
And then in the comments, it turned into a debate on like religion somehow. I don't know. The internet is so dumb, dude. Why they started debating on like the logistics of heaven and hell, and rather than like that wasn't the point of what he was saying.
Yeah.
He wasn't literally saying that God goes at once you die, that God reads off a description of your greatest potential. He doesn't have a clipboard.
Why weren't you a doctor?
That wasn't like the point of the video. The point of the video was him saying that his greatest fear is that he doesn't be what he could be.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people like just don't have that same like desire to be the best that they can be.
Yeah.
So to close off, you guys should try to be the best you can be.
Be the best person you can be. That's fantastic.
Okay.
Good close.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, not really.
I don't know. You didn't talk that much during this one, to be honest. I got into the things.
Yeah,
I kept going.
To be fair, you're pretty passionate about the steroids.
Yes, because I love steroids.
If you couldn't tell from the sleeper build thing, he's on steroids. There's no way he's natural.
Okay. Hey, cut.
Cut. Like, stop recording.
GoPro, stop recording.
Yeah, there we go.